There is not a single relationship, a single interaction which is not a diversity interaction. Even if you're married to a twin, there's a difference in personality. So every interaction on earth is actually a diversity affair. Whether it is the generational thing, whether it is the race thing, the culture thing. In many countries, it is all about tribalism now. It is the gender issues, the personality issues, the religious issues, the paradigm issues. Now, all these things are adding to this whole thing of diversity. But I know here in your companies and in your families, you don't have any problems with this. It's only where I come from that people have problems with their teenage daughters and that people have their business teams, no unity in that. It's right. So, unfortunately, that is not true because all these issues are really a problem. Now, there are 6 ways to relate to people. How are we going to solve this? We are going to sort of have to sort it out in which way are we going to relate to people. The first way to relate to people is war. The second one is ignore. The other one is snore. The fourth one is explore. The fifth one would be score. And the last one would be adore. Now, the people going through the war option, how do they solve the diversity issue? It's very simple. You just eliminate the other party. So you solve diversity by eliminating, and you think war is not a reality, you will see pictures of war in the presentations tonight. The war of the sexes, boardroom wars, real tribal wars are ongoing in our lives. So war is usually about truth and territory. It's my truth versus your truth. Fundamentalism, that's where it's all about. And it's my territory, it's my space. The only problem is that if you take this war option, war doesn't determine who is right, it only determines who is left. And that is the biggest problem. So you're more than welcome, you can go for the war option, but you run the risk of being killed in this whole process. So the whole war option is usually, we can recognize it by the war tools, the manipulation, the boycott tools, the power play against each other, sabotaging each other, the threats that people give to each other, the rule by fear. These are the war tools. This is so unsatisfactory. I always tell people, I say it takes the same amount of energy to build a wall than to build a team. And therefore, fighting takes just as much effort as winning. And in fighting, you can actually break your whole and our whole ecology and our whole place down. The second option, there are many people that are not saying, so no, I'm not so violent, this is not my option, I don't want to kill you, I just don't want to see you. That is the ignore option. That option was called apartheid. You stay there, I stay here. I don't want to kill you, I just don't want to see you. And this ignore option, do you think it's not a reality in relationships? There are husbands and wives who have been ignoring each other for a week, and then they don't speak to each other and just pass by each other in corridors and houses. So this ignore option is also there. The ignore option is due to arrogance, ignorance, or pain of the past. Because arrogance, I think I'm better than you. Ignorance, I just don't know how to relate to you. I've got lots of bachelor friends. They're not married just because they don't know how to relate to the opposite sex. And then very often, there are lots of people who say, listen, I have engaged, but you know what? Once bitten, twice shy. Pain of the past. Sorry, no more engagement for me. And this is why people go for the ignore option. And this is why we need to heal the past to be able to live the present, to be able to create the future. And tonight you will also hear about the healing of memories. But there are lots of people who say, no, I'm not on the ignore type, apartheid is gone and so on, but now legislation forces people to work together. And then they say, I actually don't want to live and work together with people, but I have to, so I'll do it gruntingly, and I'll just do it in a snore way. And this is very unsatisfactory. But we all know that you cannot continue like this, because this is just tolerance. And by the way, tolerance is the lowest level of emotional, or not emotional, diversity intelligence in the world. Because tolerance is just saying, I don't like you, but I just have enough emotional control not to punch you in the face. No, so tolerance is not the thing we're aiming for. There's much more than tolerance. It's not just coexisting, there's much more than that. This is explore. This is in the 90s. Diversity intelligence consultants went out and said, let's get people together, explore, get to know each other. And then very often it caused dissent in teams. Why? Because I had a sort of a good relation with you, but now I really know how much I differ from you, and I can't believe what I hear. So this is where explore did not bring the answer, because explore is sitting together, but not yet winning together. And therefore, there's a next session Because if you take further steps out of explore, the curiosity, the step out, and sort of the courage to step into another person's world, where you create awareness. I can be very much aware of how my wife differs from me, but it doesn't qualify me to share square meters in the bedroom with her, or with any other diversity to share square meters in the boardroom with another person. And therefore, from explore, you can step out. Yes, you must step out and explore and see where are you coming from and step into another person's world. That's it. But we need to go beyond sitting together to also go to winning together. And winning together is having the ability to really score, to really have a team that people really score points, make money, create a new society that people can live and work. And this score thing is this unity of opposite. What is a better metaphor for that? This dance, strictly come dancing type of dance. This is that you see problems, diversity not as a problem to be solved, because then you eliminate another person, but as a polarity to be managed, to be there in creative tension with each other and not destructive tension. That is that you do not only say love your neighbor, everybody says that, but you know what is radical to say love your enemy? There's only one person in the world who said that, and you know who. And love is the ability not of dealing with like-mindedness, but is a unique thing. It is the ability of incompatibility. So to deal with incompatibility. So this is the third step, that you step up and you create a new space for people to be able to be themselves and not be able to have to conform to what you do. So it's not like-mindedness. It's not just looking for a corner of a groupie of like-minded people. It is the ability to deal with incompatibility. That is SCORE. And that is where you need a toolbox, where people know you do not only just have an awareness thing, you need a toolbox to go there. And the last one is a door. And the door is, if you help me win, then I like you. And that is what it's all about. There are 6 moves. You can move against, you can move away, you can go nowhere, you can move out, you can move together. But if you help me win, I'll move you up in my estimation and even into my heart. And therefore, it's decision time. You decide. Play on the lower 3 level, choose your weapons. You can die in the process. Play on the upper levels, and we will create a space where there is life and livelihood for all. Thank you so much.